Votes have been counted in campaign 2023, and while we don't know yet exactly how many Minnesotans voted, we do know that in Minneapolis they did see their second highest early voting total ever for a city election. So that was 13,422 ballots had been received as of the final day of early voting. Now, this morning, we are taking a look at how those votes will impact all of us.
Yeah, our Beret Leone joins us live in studio to break down some of the big decisions in this election, because there were a couple, Beret.
Yeah, there really are. Now, we're still waiting for a lot of those votes to be finalized here this morning, like who will step in as new Minneapolis city leaders. But let's start with the issue that will impact anyone who lives, works, or visits our capital city. Voters in St. Paul said yes to a 1% sales tax increase. It brings the city's tax rate to nearly 10%, which will be the highest in the state when it takes effect in April. In the next 2 decades, the money generated will be used to improve roads, bridges, parks, and more. Over in Minnetonka, ranked choice voting lives on. 3 years ago, the city approved this method for general elections, and it appears it works for them, as nearly 59% voted to keep ranked choice voting as is. In Duluth, Emily Larson is ousted as mayor. Residents of Minnesota's 5th largest city have voted Roger Reinert in. A more moderate candidate, Reinert won with 60% of the vote. Now, in Minneapolis, there are a couple of races that will need to go to the second and third choice votes to declare a winner. Ward 7 is one of them. That's where longtime ward council member Lisa Goodman retired. This is a look at the first choice votes. Katie Cashman barely ahead of Scott Graham. That's why this race is still too close to call. The same holds true for Ward 8. That's where current city council president Andrea Jenkins is vying for re-election. As you can see from first choice votes, only 103 votes separate Jenkins and challenger Soren Stevenson.
I think in Minneapolis, it's kind of 50 shades of blue, right? And so the question is, how blue are you? You could be left, far left, and what that means from a governing standpoint is there's been some real difficulties, ideological fights. These aren't political fights between red and blue. It's really core ideas around housing, public safety, development, and the role that that plays in our city. And so these are big questions.
Again, too close to call at this point, but really it just showcases the importance of voting in these local elections. Every vote matters, and we won't have a sure winner until all of the votes are counted. Minneapolis will start tabulating those votes in just a few hours at 9.
I mean, yeah, you think about it, you got to go through those second choice, those third choice ballots. That's going to take some time.
Especially in those tight races.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
Thank you.